In our first video in this series around the science of reading, we discussed Scarborough's rope and the various elements that are critical in terms of teaching reading. Those include phonological awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. In this video, we're going to speak specifically about phonological awareness and how can that be integrated in to GLAD and into GLAD strategies. Phonological awareness is an umbrella term, and what it refers to is the ability to hear and manipulate sounds. The beginnings of phonological awareness include being able to hear words in a sentence. So for example, if I said to a child, listen to this sentence, I like to play soccer. How many words are in that sentence? And the student should be able to identify there are 5. Another level of phonological awareness is being able to hear parts of words. So for example, if I said cupcake, how many parts in that word? Cupcake, 2 parts. Or railroad, 2 parts. Being able to hear those words within a word, in this case in compound words, is another aspect of phonological awareness. Being aware of syllables and how many syllables are in a particular word is another aspect. We're going to dig now into another aspect of phonological awareness, and that is phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds within a word. Consider these 2 words, for example. The first word is mat. The 3 sounds within that word are m, a, t. If I change the last sound, the phoneme, to d, instead of mat, I have m, a, d, mad. Completely different word. Changes the meaning of the word, often the context in which we use it, etc. This is phonemic awareness. Hearing the difference between mat and mad, that ending sound is different. Of course, we could change the beginning sound, we could change the middle sound, but can students hear each of those sounds in a word? That is the basis for phonemic awareness. It is a critical aspect of learning how to read. If students cannot hear the sounds in words, it's going to be difficult to read that word, and later on it's going to be difficult to write that word. Repetition of any skills that students are learning is extremely important. Some students are going to need many repetitions of a particular concept, a particular idea, before it becomes embedded in their mind, in their lexicon, in their skill set. So providing additional opportunities throughout the day can be fun, can be engaging, but also provides that necessary repetition that specific students will need. There are several fun ways to integrate in phonemic awareness activities. Phonemic awareness has been a part of Project GLAD from the beginning. Marcia Brechtel and Linnea Haley, our co-creators, built in phonemic awareness activities, especially for students at the primary levels. That said, any student who needs additional support with phonemic awareness in order to become a stronger reader can benefit from these activities. There are several songs, chants, and rhymes that you can use to build in phonemic awareness with students. I often have students come to a carpet and in a transition, and as students are moving towards the carpeted area, I begin to sing the song to motivate and engage the students who are there, as well as the students who have yet to come to the carpet. These songs and chants and rhymes are a great way to motivate students. For example, the students that are already at the carpet will become engaged with the song and have some fun. Other students who are still at their desk or taking a little longer to transition will see that you're having some fun, you're engaged in an activity, and that will motivate them to come and join you as well. There are several types of phonemic awareness activities that we might build in. One is blending, where students hear individual phonemes and blend them together to create a word. One song that I've enjoyed using is to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. It goes something like this. If you think you know my word, shout it out. If you think you know my word, shout it out. If you think you know my word, and there really is no doubt. If you think you know my word, shout it out. K, a, t. Now, I give a signal there for the students to shout out the word, in this case, cat. And then we begin to sing the song again. If you think you know my word, shout it out. And go through the whole process. Then the teacher provides the individual phonemes The students are listening and blending those phonemes together to create a word. The word that they are building, the word that they're listening to, the phonemes that you are using, can be ones that you have explicitly been working on, but you also might build in some vocabulary from the content area. Use words that are related to the content that you're studying. This way it builds connections for students from literacy, from learning how to read, practicing phonemic awareness related to the content that you're studying at that time.